Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com, here for NTMarkets.com with your Friday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, I was out of town on vacation. I am back. Sorry we haven't done one of these in a while. I'm leaving these fib lines up because I very quickly want to walk through what we've been doing for the last week. So Monday morning, right here, Monday morning washout, hit the gray line, the third standard deviation Bollinger Band, and bounced right off the 38% retracement, this green line, right off the 38% retracement of the total move. The total move being 1340.25, congressional leadership on the White House lawn talking about the fiscal cliff, saying all the right things. That was when the rally began. 1340.25 to 1685.75. We retraced 38% of that move. There's absolutely nothing unusual about that. Nothing unusual about that at all, which is what I was saying to my subscribers at the time. There's just nothing unusual about that. If you take the total move and you look at the pullback, it feels terrible in the moment. I mean, these 4 days were very violent downward. It feels terrible in the moment. It feels worse if you're long and you've been a dip buyer all the way up and suddenly it's not working out. But you have to appreciate something. You have to appreciate that we are now living in the lower half of the Bollinger Bands. We lived in the upper half of the Bollinger Bands for the last 6 months. But ever since June 1st, right here, June 1, we are living below the Bollinger Bands. Now let me take these 5,475 fib lines away, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a market that likes to hit the third standard deviation band and bounce. Third. Then it rode the third. That's why this one was painful, because it rode the third. Everybody bought it, and got crushed. If you held it, if you held your conviction, if you added slowly, then you had a very nice trade ahead of you. But what's happening now? Okay, let's talk about right now. We're back to the middle band, which is what we were talking about here in the middle of June. Is the middle band going to be support or is it going to be resistance? It was resistance yesterday, and it's resistance right now, 1614.75. Okay, yesterday's high, 1614.25, was my upper volatility level in the room, which was a real nice setup for us. Those are the proprietary levels that we come out with every morning for our subscribers, and that when that level was so close to the middle Bollinger Band, you know, we started to talk about the middle band as being resistance, and you know, it really kind of stopped there. It's doing it again today. If the middle band remains resistance, then the market is telling us we want to live in this lower half of the band. If it wants to live in the lower half of the band, there's no sense in fighting it. Okay? And that means this is a rally that needs to be sold. What tells us that it wants to start to live in the upper half of the band again? We close above middle band on a closing basis, we retest middle band, and it holds as support. That's a two-step process, and it's a two-step process that failed right here. Closed above middle band, tested as support, failed. So it's a two-step process if you want to get into any longer-term long positions with respect to this market. Okay, so keep that in mind. So as far as today, watching the upper band, on the downside, our low in the Globex is 0275. So we got back through that 1606 level that had been really, really important lately, at least yesterday. The big support line in the sand for me is 1595. That was a very difficult area to get through on Wednesday. Once the bulls got through it, they were able to pull off another 20 handles or so. So to go back and test that is not unusual. We'll have to see if that holds up. If the bulls lose 1595, then you could be looking at a deeper pullback. If 1595 holds, it could be a springboard to get back over that middle band. So 1595 is going to be important. Okay, everybody have a great trading day. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll be back next week. Full slate of webcasts. Everything's back to normal. I'm back in the office. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com. See you Monday. Trade them well, everybody.